And we're
Someone will
back
need to inform them if
to
they are-
Dragon Age Inquisition. So now then, there's a few things we can do. Yeah, before we head to these things, let's show off the Black Emporium. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to load. Hopefully. Because I dislike having to cut the video every time because of a loading screen. Basically, this is the video where we go around gathering allies for the cause. Then we'll probably end up heading back to the hinterlands for decisions and stuff. And once we're closer to level 12, we can, well, finish the hinterlands off. Except for that dragon. That's gonna be problematic for a while still. Loading, loading, loading. We probably won't be back to the Black Emporium for quite a while. Because the Black Emporium.
Do not antagonize Chauncey the tiny bear. He may be small, but he nips.
Behold, Xenon, the antiquarian. I left the Black Emporium empty-handed for two reasons. First, most of the items were priced far beyond what I could afford. Second, I spent most of my short time there trying to sate my curiosity about its proprietor. I found myself stealing glances at the antiquarian from behind piles of books between shelves. At one point, over a basket of mismatched socks. There he sat, petrified, in the center of the emporium, skin of waxy gray over ancient taut sinew, moaning in a voice so dry and brittle it sounded like the snapping of twigs after a drought. A girl of not more than 12 scurried to and fro to fulfill his numerous requests. Another patron noticed my fascination and told me that the girl, most likely an urchin rescued from the street, was responsible for the needs of the antiquarian, feeding, washing, and the like. So impossibly old is he, and so fragile of skin, he can only tolerate the barest whisper of touches from the smallest and most tender of his servants. Only in this way may he come close to his lost youth, said the man. I was surrounded by objects of legend, yet none fascinated me as did the antiquarian. From a journal page from a Kirkwall Startown, written by an unknown author. So yes, the antiquarian. Also the male transformation. Should you wish to change your looks. You can customize. Can I change my voice?
Everything you've heard? Completely true. I just hope I can help. How much is this going to cost me exactly? As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Doesn't sound like it actually changed.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
There we go.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
We're stuck with this
Everything
one.
you've heard? Completely true.
But yeah, should you wish to change things, you can. Okay, yeah, that's it. Whatever.
At least no one will point and laugh.
Indeed they won't. Over here is things that are way too expensive. Holy crap, are they way too expensive. They're not bad. But Jesus. Also accessories. These are way too expensive too. But they're nice. Because basically you can have +5 strength and constitution, which isn't bad. Magic and willpower, not bad. That right there, not bad. Critical chance and critical damage bonus. They're not bad things, but jeez. By the time you have that much money. Schematics of Legend. Now here's what I like. The Schematics of Legend. Because basically, instead of looking for a fancy staff schematic, you can, if you have enough money, you can buy it. But then it also comes into play about how much resources you actually have, too, down the line. But, yeah. Eventually we'll come back for it. Eventually. Also, regular schematics. We have Tier 2, Tier 2. Pretty much things you could probably find just lying around in chests and stuff. Those a bit harder to find. They're a bit too expensive for me. But yeah, schematics, fun times. Crafting materials. Now then, he has unlimited supply of most crafting materials. I think he has a limit though on like Tier 3 and Tier 4. Which sort of sucks that has a limit. Because Tier 4 stuff is limited by a certain amount. But if you need certain things, you can come out and buy such. But you usually don't need to buy crafting materials. Except for maybe cloth. Cloth's a bit difficult. But yeah, that's the Black Emporium. Also, I wonder where Chauncey is. We must find Chauncey before we leave.
Send my regards to the Lady Ambassador. Her ancestor visited the Emporium in the Blessed Age. I sold her a candle mounted with the severed hand of a first acolyte of Razikel. I wonder, do the Montiliers still have it in their possession? I should like to see it again.
But yeah, Chauncey. He's a mini polar bear. Which amuses me to no end. Because I like polar bears. And he has a miniature one. There's also a miniature, I can't think what it's called at the moment. It's not a Nug. That's a Fenric. It's like, can't remember what it's called. I know there are some of them though, but anyway. Now then, to go recruit people for the cause. Well, we should probably, bring the people I have on the list. I hope this doesn't take too long to load, because there's going to be a lot of loading. Stupid loading. But yeah, the Black Emporium is... It's nice, but jeez, the stuff's expensive. Yeah, these things shouldn't take too long to load. I mean, these are small maps, if anything. To return to Haven will probably take longer.
Master Adar of the Inquisition.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
You know of me.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the Civil War. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
Anyway.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Exactly.
Better and better. The Inquisition should attend more of these parties.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts.
I
to
think
grab
he's trying to
power.
piss me off. So,
I've never made any claims to holiness. What's your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
kill him.
He insulted my honor. I want him dead.
And this, Marquis, is why one must always be courteous to one's fellow guests.
It would be more interesting if he shattered into
Someone
pieces.
be a dear and
but
clean
oh
this
well.
mess up. We can't have him cluttering up the dance floor. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
Right.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Can you get away with killing a nobleman like that?
He attempted to draw his weapon, unprovoked, in the presence of witnesses. Duels are not fought in the drawing room. By Chevalier code, his life was forfeit from the moment his hand fell to his hilt.
Your salon has certainly exceeded my expectations so far.
I'm glad to keep you entertained, my dear. I wanted to meet face to face. It is important to consider one's connections carefully. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Is your
Why
interest in the Inquisition Madame de Fer, or is it more personal?
Aren't you charming? It's professional, of course.
Sure.
What exactly can you
Questions.
do for the Inquisition?
I am well versed in the politics of the Orlesian Empire. I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
Does that mean you'd be aiding the Inquisition from the Imperial Palace?
Ordinarily, I would be happy to serve as liaison to the court, but these are not ordinary times. The veil has been ripped apart and there is a hole in the sky. It is now the duty of every mage to work towards sealing the breach. And so I would join the Inquisition on the field of battle.
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
Well, she makes a fair point.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Oh, so you cannot actually romance her. You can constantly try, but she will always turn you down. But yeah, we are done here, I believe? Yes? Right. Oh, I wasn't ready to go back to Haven, but okay. I wanted to go to the other place in Farrow yet. But nope, apparently we're going back to Haven first. Oh well. It isn't taking too long to load this time. Of course, after I say that, stupid load times. Okay. So, there might be some new stuff to talk to. Well, there's new people to talk to too, but there's something we, well, first thing we should head this way. We're heading to get the other companion soon. It's not here yet. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Too many wounded, and not enough.
That is unfortunate.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can
First,
help
we
with.
gain more power.
In the meantime,
we
should
have enough
consider
power,
other
though.
options.
You should gain more power. We have enough power.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily,
so
I
another
wouldn't even
stuff to deal
consider
with.
the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
So, yeah. Just randomly showed up. Anyway. Talk to Krem.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
If you don't recognize the voice actor...
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Yeah, that's Jennifer Hale voicing Krem.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references. You lead a company yourself, right? So you know talk is cheap. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's a Canary like you. He's big, he's got the horns and all of it. He leads from the front. He pays well and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick his side.
Yeah, sure.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
I heard the Templars have withdrawn. Seems odd.
So now then, we have numerous things to deal with. We have to go to the Storm Coast, but firstly, so we're gonna go here, deal with this thing, then we'll go to the Storm Coast, deal with that thing, then we'll go back to the hinterlands, and deal with stuff there. Huzzah. All the recruitments and loading screens. So I'm hungry. Should really look into breakfast. It's like 5 frickin' a.m. here. And probably after this video. Come on, load. Yes, the Firebird category contains loot you can sell for profit. Basically, crap that you don't need. Also, you can't see it, but I have a nice little fraps counter over here. My frame rate. I can usually tell when it's going to load because it drops down to like 30 frames. Like it did just now, which means it should be loading. Huzzah. Or so is that.
Well, they know who I work for.
Huzzah. Meh. Also, I realize I can level up, but I'm waiting until we get all these party members, so we can do a mass leveling up.
Earl of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Yeah, about
Just
that.
say what?
What is the...
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're big. Real big. From the north, yeah? Ravane or... north. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Some believe I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Right.
Cheeky, yeah?
So, basically a bunch of guys without patents show up now. Because she stole the breaches. Right. I like Sarah. She's
Friends really came through with that
interesting.
tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself?
What am I doing
Who
with
are
my
you people?
staff?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead yet. I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something.
We can sell
Anyway,
extra
Haven.
breeches.
See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
And she joins the Inquisition. Lovely. But anyway, we're not done here yet. There's still looting to be had. Because there is too many breaches. Also an operation thing. Apparently the Inquisition needs bees. Oh well. Now we go to the Stormcoast, actually. A minor sidetrack to get the Iron Bowl. Then back to the hinterlands to get but yes, to the hinterlands to get Blackwall, right. And then back to Haven for that fun part where we have to talk to everyone. Fun times. Jeez, there's a lot of loading in this vid. And I'll cut Hill for now. And the ping dropped down to 30, so we should be loading.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast.
Hello,
I
Scout
would have sent
Harding.
word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
Of course you haven't.
The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Right.
Dispatch for you.
What do you have?
See for yourself, sir.
That's a dragon. Then there it goes. There's our sipping stone. But now then, the reason why we're here. Ow. That guy has a big hammer. But yes, alright.
Soldiers, stand down. Krim, how'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks.
Why am I holding my staff oddly?
Oh, the Chantry must love you. A Canary mercenary is the herald of Andraste. Who'd have thought?
Nicely done. I hear
What am
you're
I doing
looking
with
for
that
work.
staff?
I am. Not before my drink, though.
Sour's thing.
I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have him check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasrath?
I learned of the Ben Hasrath from my parents. They are the enforcers of the Kunari and the spies.
Yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
Get away from me, you spy. Damn, you're hired.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Prem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tervinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
So now then, we aren't going to be using Cassandra anymore. I like Sarah, but yet I also like Varric. I don't need two rogues with bows in the party. Iron bow I can make almost as effective as Cassandra. Almost. Now he'll be good enough to survive most fights anyway. Might as well pick up this stuff. I want to say they'll loot. I figure there's loot. Where should loot? There we go. Okay, so now then, we go back to the hinterlands. To recruit Blackwall. Then after that, we head back to Haven. For all the fun dialogue.
Nothing to report, sir.
Right, of course not. So anyway. Now we head uphill. And forward climbing. We haven't actually been down here yet, though. Yeah, so I've head down. Also note that Inquisitor cannot swim. You don't want to go too far out into the lake. Might as well. Huzzah. Now then, to go talk to Blackwall.
They will make this a fight, not us.
Loot.
Line there and there, no gaps.
So.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not. How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come!
They look so worried. But anyway.
Hold the wall, men! Make them come to me! You're dead, bastard! Dead! I wasn't here to fight.
Zap. Well, that was easy.
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves.
Huzzah.
You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I'm here investigating Grey Wardens for the Inquisition. We're seeing if their disappearance has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
I'm not here to accuse, not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient.
Dragon Age origin stuff.
It's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
You have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt. That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
And
Warden
join the
Blackwall,
Inquisition.
The Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This Warden walks with the Inquisition.
Huzzah. And now you can change your party if you really want to. So we almost have everyone I want. We need a different mage, though. So yeah. 3 warriors. There's another rogue, but I don't really care for the other rogue, to be honest. But yeah. Those are soulless ones, your Ice Rune Hill. Now we can now finally make that thing. Whoop-dee frickin' do. No, I don't want that. I want that, though. A note. I found the body of a bandit who stole from refugees in the hinterlands. Think his smudge, you only fierce enemies can make it out. You can die pretending you'll earn back your soldier's honor, or you could do something with the scars that son of a bitch taught you. The skills. Yeah, spend some time with my boys. No one will know who you are in Ferelden, but it's not as bad. A little bit of smoking, a little bit of extortion, you'll get used to it. So anyway, Fans will come back here and explore and stuff, and deal with that. But for now, we've basically talked to everyone and all of that. We've gained basically all the allies we can for now. So I'm going to head back to Haven. And in the next video, a lot more dialogue. Fun times. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all, and have a nice day.